a floating Gwen.
Yeah,
Like,
When do you want me
yeah.
to roll my first death save, Tyre?
No, because you're still on fire.
Nice. Wait, is that dealing damage to me?
I did
Yes.
say that
How
I
many
put the
failures?
fire out
Oh, did you?
at Gwen and then moving into the room.
Okay, like I said, it is stubborn. It would take a bit more coaxing to stop it. Your magic is potent, but whatever this substance is that is causing the fire is, again, very resistant to being doused.
let's at least get her out of the room. So that's what Nikolai's focusing on doing, getting her out
But
of the fighting room.
yeah, so you could force the fire out. Again, it would take a little bit longer than you would like. Gwen, you can have one. You will have one automatic failed death save.
Okay.
Due to literally just being covered in burning, some sort of burning substance. And as they're hauling you out, we'll ask for one more death save.
You want 2 total?
Nope, just I'm asking for one. You have one failed one, and
Wow.
You gotta retroactively use your inspiration, right?
Mm-hmm. It does. I mean, I think one of the inspiration things is to roll something you fail.
Yep. It says if you could automatically choose to automatically succeed, but I'm not sure what
that's I think a saving throw though.
Death saves.
It is a
the-
saving
Death
throw,
saving
isn't
throw,
it?
Death save.
Yeah, death
Yeah.
saves are considered saving throws.
You're not wrong, and man, did I ever want this to work for death saves?
No.
Well, it's not in the rules right now, but that's a question for myself for the future. So
It is.
Feel
It
like
is
you
both
should-
inspiration points.
you absolutely have the out.
I feel like you should give her the out, and if you want to change
Oh,
that
I'm not
rule,
taking
do
it from her.
afterwards.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, as rules are now, that's you have the out. Gwen,
Sorry, I had to go get a drink. Long may she reign.
Wow,
so
you didn't hear the whole.
so you missed the whole.
Yeah, no. I had to go get
You
a drink.
have your inspiration points that can make you automatically succeed a failed saving throw.
You know what? I'll.
That's say they're a saving throw.
But that's your
All
call.
right.
Yeah.
What are you
Do I
doing?
have a coin? Do I have a coin around here?
Wow.
Somebody flip a coin for me?
Well, while that's being thought of
Yeah.
as infuriated because it's not getting put out.
I will save. I
Okay.
choose to save.
Okay. You'll spend your 2 inspiration points, and you will automatically succeed. And this is by the time they get you out into the snow.
Okay. Would you like another one at that point?
Not yet. I'm going to ask what Mordechai and Nikolai are going to do with you once you're out in the snow.
Just, I guess, smother all the flaming parts in snow.
Yep.
Try and pat them out.
Yeah. Just trying to put heaps and heaps of snow over the body without covering her face or mouth, because obviously she needs to breathe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then yes.
I've never really dealt with this situation before.
The answer is to your question, Gwen. Yes, I'm going to need another one. You're still unstable.
Is anybody? Would I know that while trying to fight fire from a doorway that she's fucked up?
Dying.
I think it's
Probably.
You can see the damage done to all the crates. Which, for the record, most of the crates that are nearby are no longer exist. They are shambles and on fire, and the metal is twisted. The stone is scorched. Kenna, you've seen very few people walk away from that alive. And you, of all people, have great experience with that.
very recently too.
Not again. I cast create water in a rain. and we'll make it just basically start sprinkler systeming in this room.
Okay, you're gonna make it rain inside. Okay.
30-foot cube.
Druids. Okay.
30-foot cube, 10 gallons of water.
Yep. That will, as you watch the rain begin to fall inside this room, it will slowly begin hissing as it fights against the fire, and you will slowly see the ghoulish green flames begin to deteriorate.
And I would like to dash.
Okay.
I hate you, Dyer.
One.
I hate you.
What did I do? I didn't do anything.
I did it.
Don't
Where's
blame.
I did him. I did it.
Yeah. So
Where's Glenn's body?
you guys are outside.
Oh, there. Okay. Oh, damn.
You said into the snow, so
I'm the one who put the sledgehammer through the thing.
I didn't do anything.
I basically try to run. Okay. I like see that it won't go out with what I'm used to being able to do.
Well, when you finally catch up, Gwen is mostly buried in the snow. The fire is out.
But I can see that she's not breathing.
Yes.
Can I?
Yeah. It's almost as if you've stopped the fire, but have not necessarily dealt with the ramifications of the terrible explosion.
Yeah.
I bring her back to life.
Oh?
I run through the
What's
snow, dashing and sprinting,
Mm-hmm.
and I basically slide, like, to the ground.
Yep.
You know, rescue style.
Yep. Super
And I will
cool.
place my hand on her chest
Mm-hmm.
and one on the back of her neck.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll give her 3 hit points.
Okay. There is a rush of warmth that runs through your body, Kenna. Tiny little phantom flames sort of licking along the edges of your hands. And this warmth radiates outwards through your body, Gwen. As your senses begin to come back, there are bits of your nerves that just feel completely numb. And then as consciousness slowly begins to come back, the pain begins to settle in. But there is this weirdly comforting warmth of this grip that you feel, someone holding your head and supporting your shoulders. You are in a great deal of pain, but you are surprisingly alive.
She sits.
Dude, that's all you hear from Kenna. It's just shh, shh, shh.
She just sits bolt upright and just starts coughing. Just grabs like the front, like the collar of your shirt, and is just coughing.
Easy. You will be burnt. You will be burnt. It will hurt like hell.
Please do lie down.
Oh, it's fine.
No.
And lays you back down in the snow.
If you don't, now that you're awake, if you don't mind, you will start hovering a little bit because the levitate's still on you.
Yep.
And he will just make sure that there's no residual damage anywhere else.
Oh, well, there's tons of residual damage. There's no residual fire
Okay.
left.
Threat, yeah. Any threat, like, okay.
Yeah. All of the substance
Can I
that
put
was
my feet on the
burning
ground?
is gone away. I'm sorry?
Can I put my feet on the ground?
Not unless Nikolai lets
Only,
you.
like, for right now, you're hovering in the air.
Yeah, with levitate, Nikolai controls your vertical access. So unless he wants you to touch the ground, he's not going to let you touch the ground. So it's completely up to Nikolai. Unfortunately, you were unconscious.
You
So
good?
I'm
Having
unconscious.
had
no, I'm saying you were.
Oh.
having had a huge explosion just happen. It's first of all, is daylight dawning at all?
I'm sorry? Oh, well,
Is
realizations
daylight
of what's
coming?
happened?
No,
We were
as
like
in,
hours away
Oh,
from daylight.
daylight.
Like hours away from sunrise.
I reach up to my face.
You
and
guys,
with
yeah,
both
you guys got
hands-
another couple hours until sunrise.
I mean, I was going to like sort of like check the perimeter because a huge explosion like that ain't gonna go unheard. So I mean, obviously, I know we're far away from a lot of people, but Mordahine is kind of now like, you know, yeah, there might be some things might come check this out. So he'll turn around to the group and go, We need to get her back inside. So might be. That was a very loud bang.
It looks like we are certainly settling in. Let's.
I'll
God.
get her back in the room. I will keep watch over the bell trap, and I'll make sure no one comes through here. Hopefully.
Nicola, put me down.
No, dude,
Put me down.
No.
you need
And
to.
he will start walking and will with his telekinetic hands just push you through the air. He's not letting you touch the ground.
Yeah,
Just
it's
don't
probably
worry.
it's probably a little frustrating actually.
You're being ambulanced right now. Like, it's like you're in the ambulance stretcher with no cart. Like there's just no stretcher, but it feels that way.
Oh my god.
Burn
You're not
wounds
gonna
are.
charge me $500 for this, are you?
No.
It's the currency is gold.
It's not an it's not an American ambulance then.
Could be this. So.
Yeah. This spell lasts for 10 minutes.
Yep. So he will get her back in. Set out probably on this side, sort of closer to the door. Set up a bedroll. And lay her down in it and go. You better not move. Okay. You better not move.
Burn wounds are rather terrible. I've seen it before. You should rest. We
Did
aren't
it burn?
going to-
Yes.
How
We're
much of it
supposed-
actually made it down to
God
my
damn
skin?
it, Owl.
I'm sorry. You know what? Say it. I'm sorry.
Nope. You got
No,
to
say it. No, say it.
Go. One of you. Yes, burn wounds are quite bad.
Dyer, did it burn all? I don't want to know the answer to this question actually, so I'm not gonna ask.
What parts of Gwen's skin are exposed?
Just her face. Yeah. A little bit of her neck. Otherwise, she wears gear, just covering most of her body.
Yep. In which case, as would be normal in a lot of situations for this, Gwen probably had a defensive reflex to try to raise the hands up to protect herself.
Probably pulled up her shield.
You probably have a couple of burn marks up and alongside. What side is Gwen's shield arm?
Hold on. Right.
Right?
She's right-handed.
Okay.
Wait.
Left.
Because
If
the
you're
shield
right-handed,
goes on the
your shield's on
offhand.
your left.
Yeah, left.
In which case, you probably have a series of burns that travel up the exposed parts of your neck and the underside of your chin. And probably a couple of noticeable ones, like actually just on the face, but ones that will heal and not leave, like scar tissue. But the ones on the lower part of the neck are pretty bad.
I'm just gonna run my hand down my face at some point, probably after I wake up, not when I'm being levitated. Just run my hand down my face and neck and lay on hands. The last 5 hit points I have for today.
Okay. It will make most of the pain recede, except for when you decide to be impatient and poke and prod at the areas that have suffered some of the worst burns.
Awesome. Nikolai will lower you onto the bed and end the levitate spell again. You better not move.
We're supposed to stay here for a bit anyway, so it's fine. God. Do I know anything to help make these not hurt as much, Dyer?
I don't think you have anything on you, unless do you have like a medicine? You have a healer's kit, or
You're right.
or
I took
like an
your wounds this
alchemist's
morning.
pouch, or
You're right. I don't.
I
She has
wanna-
a herbalism kit, but I don't
Yeah,
know
I
how
have-
to use it.
I have
But
an
it's also
herbalism-
ransacked.
Yeah, what's left in my herbalism kit?
you know what? Roll me a d4. I'm gonna see what that raccoon took from you.
He took the weed, of course.
He just ate all of your painkillers.
My actual weed or mushrooms or whatever I carry.
The psychedelics, yeah. So there really is just a super high raccoon somewhere in the forest.
Yeah, buddy. 1.
Yeah, he took all your good drugs.
Ah, damn it.
Fortunately,
She doesn't.
He left behind some of the burn cream.
Or herbs that can be made into a burn cream.
Yeah. You can get at the Morum pestle and make a poultice for yourself.
She doesn't do drugs, but a lot of drugs can actually be used in smaller doses as painkillers.
Also
so
true.
there is a very high raccoon out there. Yeah.
Whoa.
So I'm gonna come up with something real quick for myself, but while I'm doing that, because I feel like it's gonna become pertinent, I'm gonna cure wounds on myself.
Sure.
First level. That's all I have.
Sure. D8 plus charisma mod. Go nuts.
That is 8.
That's pretty good.
Boom.
Nothing I can do.
I'm gonna do it one more time just for.
Okay. While Gwen is in the corner triaging herself, what's everyone else doing now that this little scare is done?
Keeping an eye on Gwen.
Cute. Yeah, and I'm making it.
She looks awful, and I'm just like, I guess, pity or like sympathy.
Better by the second. She does.
So Mordahine would have set up a torch next to the opening next to the bell,
Mm-hmm.
and it's basically overwatching it. Sat in the corner with the rifle with Porsche between the legs with his bedroll like over him. So he's getting warmth, but at the same time he's got like the rifle like sort of up, just waiting.
Okay. Are you gonna spend the night there?
I mean,
it's pretty cold.
I know it's pretty cold. I'm probably just gonna wait an hour just to make sure nothing in the immediate vicinity comes to investigate. But once I know it's safe, I'll probably end up going back into the main room. Okay. I'm just basically waiting it out because in his mind, Mordahine is like that sort of noise will attract things, and I'm just making sure.
Well, by your words, let's see if it does it. Roll me a d20.
Okay, d20. That's d20. That's a 17.
Okay. Fun.
It's always a high number when it comes to these things.
That's how it works.
I mean, like, we always get a high number, it feels like.
So I'm going to get back to that result in a moment. Kenna, you're back in the room, cleaning up the remnants here. The rain shower you put off inside the room was substantial enough that whatever this fire's fuel source was, it smothered it. All of the crates in, I will mark it here on the map, all the crates in this area are completely decimated. So these fine lads right here are, I don't know where that just went. Did anyone else see that square for a second?
Yeah, I just saw it appear and disappear.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This whole section, I'm just going to... all these crates in this section, completely decimated. There's only pieces of the metal, twisted and scorched, left over. There are signs of various items that were stored in these crates around. It would take a little bit of parsing through them to see what all was inside.
Do you mind if I, while you deal with the embers, I'm going to, and he'll sort of just move his hand, and a bit of the rubble will, like, part. I'm going to look for any remaining threats, for lack of a better word, just to make sure that nothing else like this happens, at least right now. Um,
All right, Nikolai, make me an investigation check of the room. Let's see what you can sort through.
ooh, 20.
Modified 20 or natural 20?
Modified 20. That is a modified 20.
Okay. Yeah, if you rolled it in roll 20, it didn't show up for me yet. Roll 20 is being funny right now.
Oh. Yeah, it's...
Okay. You can sort through the room, finding some of the contents. There's nothing in here that leads you to believe another explosion could be imminent. But now kind of rolling about on the floor in certain places, there are about 15 of these, black matte spheres that are sort of just, rolling about, finding places and corners. Next to it, though, however, there is a large metal tube with fittings on it. That you're a smart lad. Looking at it, you realize one of these spheres would fit into the mouth of said tube. It is large and quite heavy. It's probably about as tall as you are, but not nearly as wide.
Wow. Point that out to kinda... Could be interesting. But I have no reason to believe that there's anything left. Speaking of which, me being a smart boy, can I piece together what that fire was?
Ooh, that's a toughie.
Yeah.
Do you have proficiency in alchemist tools?
No, I do not.
Then just make me a straight up intelligence check.
I do. Would I know?
Sure. You can make one post. You can make one post trauma.
I will have informed Nikolai that the fire was not purely natural. That
What?
it's got a lingering effect, as in it would not be easy to extinguish.
Is it an intelligence?
Yes, it's an
Sorry?
intelligence check.
With alchemist tools?
Yep, if you have them. If you have proficiency in alchemist tools, intelligence with alchemist tools, please. Nikolai,
Yes.
with Kenna's input, you kind of you think it through for a bit, and you come to the conclusion that while again your family doesn't deal in this, you've heard in bits and pieces about it because it's kind of one of the new hot up and coming business fronts that people are working towards. That there is a thing called alchemist fire, which is a chemical concoction that is kind of almost like it's kind of a viscous substance that when it's lit on fire, it burns for a very prolonged period of time and gets hotter and hotter the longer it burns.
Oh, it's a grease fire.
Ooh. I will say that to Kenna and go, Gwen was very lucky to survive this. From what I've heard, it's a nasty substance that you should not mess with. But it is quite new.
Yeah, Gwen, your trauma is stopping you from making smart decisions, as is obvious based off of the second roll that you didn't get. You roll a 5. You have no idea what it is.
Yeah, I know. Oh.
Yeah.
It's a shame though. If you rolled that 23, you would know a lot more about it.
That's all right. While I'm sitting here, I'm just gonna like go out. I'm just gonna and I'm working on this poultice. So I'm just gonna stand up and just say,
Going to
Needs
stop
to know.
her from standing up.
"Thanks. I'm gonna be right back."
I'm going to.
Are you gonna
Alright.
wrestle with a cripple? Are you gonna wrestle with a cripple?
It's an
I'm going
athletics
to
check.
use Mage Hand and like put the hand on her chest.
That's not going to stop Gwen. It's
Kind
10.
of
That's
Gwen weighs
that's
more
10
than
pounds of pressure. Yeah, it'll make a gesture, but it won't actually stop Gwen.
That's what I mean. I'm going to call over to Kenna. Kenna?
Mom.
You get the dirtiest look. And Gwen keeps moving. She takes the mortar and pestle that she's working from, and a small bowl. She goes outside. She puts some snow in the bowl. She comes back in and she sits down. Or actually, no, she doesn't. She's gonna go sit next to Mordecai. But I get the right tool. But I don't have a light source on me, so I think he's over here.
There is a.
I kind of accidentally pressed back, but I'm going to go to Nikolai and Kenna and be like, "Well, what if you bring Gwen back? She's gonna be standing around, moving."
Okay.
And the light dies in there finally.
She goes and she sits down and she keeps working on whatever she's working on. And she just says it's getting stuffy in there.
It's cooler out here. It actually feels better.
Mordecai sort of like he's like got his rifle like semi up, like keeping like literally staring like at the door, and he sort of glances over and sees her sit next to it, double takes slightly, and sort of mini shakes his head and goes back to looking at the doorway.
Nikolai, please. Just kind of.
Don't let him take me, Mordecai.
I brought Big Brother.
I got Mom.
He goes back into the room. He telekinetically picks up the bedroll, goes outside, and throws it at her.
A blanket is thrown at your face.
Viciously. No.
Viciously.
1 point of blanket damage.
Kill me again, why don't you?
But with love.
I understand trying to make something for your wounds, but what are you trying to accomplish moving around?
Dire.
Yeah.
I've popped off 2 cure wounds on myself, plus lay on hands, plus the 3 hit points from Kenna. I am back to 19. Physically, I know I'm still in pain.
Yeah, you hurt, but you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, you hurt in places. You were slammed against the wall. You know, if once you take your armor off, your back is going to be bruised. You probably have a fractured rib, and you've got some pretty gnarly burns up on the right side of your face, along your neck and your chin. But other than that, you could pick up your sword and shield and fight if you had to.
I'm fine.
You are not. You should go back inside
It
and
was
rest.
getting a little stuffy in there. I appreciate your concern, but I feel...
You are not.
Mordecai will nudge Porsche to go sit on Owl's
What are you
lap.
trying to accomplish?
Not to Owl, sorry.
Gwen?
Owl has been transported into the game verse. I'm here now.
No. Porsche will comply by sitting on your lap, and Mordecai will look over to the other two and go, "Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on her.
She should be
You guys,
resting.
you guys, she'll rest out here. She'll sleep. I'll make sure she does."
It's still quite cold out here.
Put it this way: I'm only going to be here for an hour just to make sure anything doesn't come through the door. But if it doesn't, I'll drag her if I have to back into the main quarters. Don't worry about that.
If I start to feel cold, I'll come back in.
I doubt you will.
My family doesn't pay dead people, okay? Don't do that again.
And dead people don't get paid. She goes back to working on what she was doing before. Thank you again for your concern.
That stuff is nasty. You are lucky to have lived through that.
I'm lucky to have lived through quite a few things. I guessed as much.
Weiss is gonna go walk outside. Quietly. I mean, like, without another word.
Well, people, they just walk outside and... Gee...
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, what?
Well, I trust,
Jackie.
I trust you to. I trust you to watch over her.
Well,
I'm
I
gonna be
guess
over here in this room.
I guess my
With that
Meanwhile,
explosion and the
was the explosion enough? What? Okay, Kyle.
Kyle?
Dead.
Dad?
Yeah, as far as explosion enough, and that was it.
Alright.
There we are.
yeah, I was just they kept talking, so I stopped. Kenneth's just tapping on the stone to see if it got weakened at all, or loosened, or if the mortar is still stationed between the stones.
Solid piece of stone. There is no mortar.
Oh, okay.
And the wall looks fine. It's scorched. Looks fine.
Are you gonna do
Sifting.
anything else?
Sifting
Okay.
through the ash. I'm gonna look for more of the 20-pound black metal balls.
There are several of them on the floor. About 15 in total.
Okay, that's it. And she's
Okay.
just gonna be in here for a little while.
Word.
I will finish my poultice and apply. And sit in silence for a moment, and then clear my throat and say, Krista filled me in on what all you said back in town. It was brave. I'm talking. You're not here. I'm talking to Mordecai. I'm waiting until you leave. If you're still here, then she's not saying shit.
I mean, yeah, he's gonna stand there for
And-
probably a
Okay.
little bit.
You're gonna stand there for an
Alright.
hour and just watch Gwen?
Just stare.
Stand
No.
down.
That
let
bag's
me
not
make
gonna
that
empty
amendment.
itself.
Let me make that amendment. Gwen
Yeah,
is not
yeah,
going to say
okay.
anything while Nikolai is there.
Mm.
I'm going to try to be friends with Portia.
Portia will let you, with Mordehai's sort of like wave of an arm.
Dire.
But with Edelweiss going outside, like Mordehai will just basically just put his rifle down because he's like, well, there's no point me doing this anymore, so I'm just basically sat here doing nothing. He's kind of you can tell he's kind of frustrated and angry about the whole situation, about everyone just going random places that he has no control over. But he's not saying anything about it.
I get that. Listen, I wanted to say, I heard about everything that you said back in town. Krista told me about it. It's pretty brave laying all that out on the table like that. I lost my family. A what?
Fortunately, when yeah, well, I was let's just say that's the first time I've probably been cornered in a long time by a lot of people I don't know. So it was kind of scary. I had for the first time in a long while. I actually had to be honest. So, truth is yes, but I mean, that doesn't mean I still trust you. You know. I mean, I know you guys have made it to this place, but I don't know if this is a trap of some sort. I've got to keep my wits about me.
Yeah, I understand that.
I have been hunted for 5 years, and trust me, you get kind of paranoid.
I think I understand more than you realize. I lost my family too when I was a young woman. Been running for 18 years now. It's rough. That weight never really goes away, I'm sure you know. So.
I mean, for me, I mean, I knew my family, and I know that some of them were really, they had a lot of a lot of strength, and I feel like some of them, even though Krista says some of them weren't alive, I feel like some of them are. I just have a feeling that some of them are, something like that would have not took them out. So I'm still hopeful, and you should be too, because sometimes even if you don't have a family, you can find a family.
Done that too. It takes a lot to keep moving. I just wanted to say, I understand that you may not trust us, and I can't blame you. I don't trust a lot of you either, but I respect you.
It'll take a bit more than that for me to trust you after you sledgehammered a chuffing crate.
Not asking for your trust. I just wanted to say it.
By not hitting a crate next time, huh?
Well, done a lot worse than that and come back standing, so.
Yeah, well, enjoy yourself.
I'll do my best. Just sort of scritch Portia behind the ears and just look out over the snow.
Okay. Meanwhile, back in the scarred, scorched storage room, what is Kenna up to? I saw a couple of very pointed actions performed.
Oh, just when everyone had left the area, I kind of basically just like pulled the door shut and took Pyrebrand and barred it from the inside through the handle. Her thinking that they wouldn't be able to open it with trusty Pyre in the way.
Yeah,
And
they would be hard pressed.
Lit the fire in the fireplace. Has actually laid out like a bedroll to just sit on. And for the moment is sitting next to a natural fire among all the ash and soot and like charred wood. And is meditating.
Okay. Actually give you some firelight. Wrong layer. There we go. Okay. Edelweiss is off, playing a quiet serenade to themselves. You want to make me a performance check?
Yeah, because if it sucks, then they're gonna recognize and not do it. Stop. Just stop. It's gonna roll. I don't think it's gonna roll. I have to refresh this character sheet. Not the best.
Okay.
Okay, it's decent.
16's pretty good, yeah. And again, that's easily reflected in the fact that you're frustrated. So something that perhaps would be a little bit more harmonious is proving difficult because of just how upset you are by the situation.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Nikolai, unpacking the bag, realizing Krista bought a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, she did.
Why do we even need a 10-foot long pole?
For a Grinch, obviously. I don't know.
What? 3 sets of bed sheets? We don't even have beds.
No, but there were 5 bedrolls.
Somebody has to share the sheets.
Yeah. After a bit of time, Nikolai, you managed to your recollection of all the things Krista bought, empty the bag.
He'll go over to the fire. Slightly over here. Start to sit down on the ground. Cross-legged. He'll put the bag about 5 feet out in front of him. and then flip it upside down. And inside out.
Okay. I'm assuming you removed the rest of the money that was stored in there as well.
Yeah, no, that was the first time he put that in his personal storage.
Gotcha. Okay. In which case, you sit cross-legged near the hearth. The hearth. No, hearth. I had it right. With the satchel in your hands, and very slowly, you tip the orb out in front of you, and it plinks out like the sound of glass striking stone. Immediately, two things happen. One, the temperature in the room drops very suddenly, and the fire in the hearth goes out, and there's a crushing pressure that slams you head down into the stone. Nikolai, make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
What?
See if you can outdo me for dumbest thing we've done tonight.
Oh, god damn it.
What the?
These natural ones are killer!
One of us.
Nikolai, you are slammed face first into the stone floor. The orb sitting just in front of you, literally 6-7 inches away from your very eyes. It's pulsing with this ominous, pale, glowing light. And you find that you can't move a single inch of your body. Almost as if an invisible force has pinned you to the ground. And it is continuing to build. Every 6 seconds, it feels like someone's piling another incredibly large stone on top of your back.
Hold on. Can I move my mouth?
You basically it's hitting you have enough breath to speak a sentence. Or, cast a spell.
I would like to cast Thaumaturgy. To make my voice boom 3 times loud and call out to Mordorheim and Gwen, just like a very, very loud just help.
Sprinting.
Yeah, so a very loud help sort of echoes from the left and right. Kenna, you would hear this. The door closed, no matter how well would denote you to this. And the rest of you can very clearly hear as it comes through the large opening. You also would take make a perception check, Edelweiss. You're in a very weird place where sound is not going to carry to you very well.
Yeah.
How close do we get to this?
I'm good at these guys.
You don't notice anything. The winds are quite high. You're in an enclosed space. You guys get to the door. Before you even get to the doorways, you feel the sudden pressure in the room. Like somebody has turned up the gravity. Steps become arduous. And if anyone dares step any closer to Nikolai, the force doubles. And you can all just see the small glowing orb sitting just in front of his face. You begin to see small crystals of ice begin to build on Nikolai. Nikolai, you are becoming unnervingly cold.
Do I get the sense that anything I throw in this room is going to also encounter that same penalty, gravity?
You have no idea. You've never experienced an effect like this before. You don't know unless you test it.
I take a gold piece, a coin, out of my purse and I just chuck it into the room.
It falls almost straight down after traveling about a foot or two.
Okay.
I whistle over Porsche, and I get my rope out and I tie it like around her collar, and I sort of like tell her like cautiously, try and go out and grab his ankle. And I basically tell Porsche to try and fight against this? She's got 4 paws.
Yeah,
Four's better than 2.
yeah. All right. Porsche is going to try to get as close to Nikolai as possible. I need you to make 2 rolls for me for Porsche. One is going to be an animal handling check, and the other one's going to be an athletics check.
Okay. So I need to roll animal handling.
Yes. Yeah, you need to roll animal handling, and the athletics check is for her.
Yeah.
I can roll the athletics. Yep.
Yeah. So animal handling, I'm proficient in this.
Nothing here. Here, I'll make it a strength save.
Killer!
Screw this.
Killer!
See, you remember last week, guys, when you did nothing but roll natural 20s?
This
Here
is our
you go.
payback.
Reckoning.
Well, I just keep encouraging you to roll physical dice, but you guys really have stuck on the roll 20 thing for some reason.
I want to roll dice, I really do.
Okay.
I just don't have any dice.
She gets about halfway, fighting against this overwhelming presence. She gets within she probably gets to about here. When you kind of see her legs shaking, and she almost capitulates under the pressure.
At this moment, I would like to shout my family crest, like immersusament, to basically try and egg her on if I can, like an almost like an inspiration.
You know what? Fine. Make me a D100 roll.
D100.
Let's see if you can throw that Hail Mary. Unfortunately, it's just it isn't enough. This is a frightening prospect, and she is just not feeling capable enough to do it.
I basically drag her back with my rope. I know she can't make it.
I follow your lead there. I am going to tie a rope around my waist and hand the other end to you, and I just say, I've got 50 feet. I hope you can fucking pull. And I'm gonna try to make my way into the room, and I'm just gonna force my arm out. I'm just trying to get able to, like, close enough to grab his ankle, essentially, and haul him back out.
Okay, I'm going to need you, for basically every square you travel to get the Nikolai, I need a strength saving throw.
A strength saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna be 4.
It's gonna be 4, yeah. Pretty much no matter how you shake it.
I would like to roll physical dice. I invoke physical dice!
Fine.
If that's okay.
Yeah, while you're doing that. Kenna, what are you doing watching all this?
Okay. I don't have a candle to light. Oh, I have my Zippo.
Argy?
Yeah, Kyle, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What are you doing?
Do I see Gwen trying to get to him still?
Yeah, you saw Ben you saw Gwen tie herself off and hand the rope to Mordecai, and she's about to start making her way in.
18 for the first one.
You're clear. You can make the first clear.
Can I tell that the pressure is coming
for the second?
From the orb?
No, 22.
Okay, hang on. Given the phenomenon that occurred last time when you guys tossed this thing out of the satchel, it's a fair guess to make. There's nothing that's changed about this room with the exception of that, and everybody knows. Well, actually, no one knows what it does, and that's part of the problem. But when you emptied it out into that one room, it was obvious that the room felt heavier. So you suspect that this is also the same problem. Just no one was as close to it this time.
Okay. Well, she seems to be getting closer to him, so I'm going to let her do her thing, but I do have a plan in the back.
Okay. 22, you make the second one.
Okay.
Is he running out of breath and choking?
Well, Nikolai's about to ask me a question. What are you going to ask me, Nikolai?
Can I, using my telekinetic powers, without moving my body, push away the orb, like just have it start rolling away from me, sort of in that like just like away, but not towards the my party. Or would I have to move my body for that?
I actually
15?
don't know. 15. You are not able to make it to the third square.
Can I try to push again, or am I down?
You have to wait for a second.
Okay.
You find yourself the force quite too difficult for you to resist to advance. Nikolai, you're finding yourself and a lot of your power sort of disrupted by this, and you're getting so cold that you're beginning to shiver uncontrollably. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, and we're going to see if it is high enough to allow you to do something.
Okay. Come on. I clicked it. Oh, fuck. Man, hold on.
You're beginning to shiver too greatly. You cannot focus yourself. Yeah.
Can I use my inspiration points to save that?
If you would like.
Don't waste them.
Don't.
This is Nikolai's choice.
Yep. Thinking. What would he do? Friends are trying. Nope. Okay. He won't. Not right now. Friends are trying. He's still thinking clearly for right now.
Okay. Well, so this is the repercussions of that failed save, Nikolai.
Yeah.
You are going to take 8 points of force damage as the weight gathering upon your back is getting greater, and you are finding it difficult to breathe. Before long, you will begin suffocating.
What's Porsche's sprint speed?
I believe she can move 40 feet, so dashing is 80. Porsche's very fast.
I'm going. Well, I basically tell Porsche to go find the Fabana.
Yeah.
And I don't know where. Oh crap! Quick.
We don't. Porsche's going to spend a little bit of time looking.
Okay.
So.
All right.
I will take that into consideration. Porsche is in a rush.
Doesn't know the noise on fort.
Yeah. But yeah, so again, we're kind of doing it round by round. Nikolai is in a rough place. Gwen, you've gotten about halfway there.
Okay.
You're welcome to try another strength save if you'd like.
As she's trying to move towards him, can I move down the wall?
That's
not closer to him, but just down the wall.
Yeah.
19 for this one. 16 plus 3, 19.
19. Yep, that is 19. I forgot. I'm like, aren't you proficient in these saves? I'm like, no, you're not.
No, I wish I was. Can I be?
It would be really helpful if you were.
I guess.
Yeah, no. You managed to take another step forward.
Okay.
But you're at this particular juncture now. You are feeling incredibly heavy. The air is getting colder and colder and colder. Each breath is starting to hurt as you take it into your lungs. You don't think if you spend much time here, you're going to have much luck getting out. Kenna.
Was I able to move just down the wall?
Yep.
Like without getting closer?
Yep. Again, the pressure's still building in this room, but you can do that.
So it's building it's not just building as you get closer to it, it's building always.
It's escalating.
Place.
Yep.
Okay. But I can see that. Can I tell that he's getting basically like cold damage or being affected by the cold from here?
He's probably got a little bit of blood trickling out of his nose by this juncture, yeah.
Okay. Last question.
Mm-hmm.
From here, would, in the last instance of when it came out of the bag, would I be able to tell if the orb is under the same gravitational increase as the rest of us?
That is a good question. You know what? Make me a history check, because you guys have fooled with this thing before.
Yeah.
Let's see what Kenna. Let's see what Kenna remembers.
Okay.
I had to close the Zippo because it was getting really hot. So I hope that doesn't affect my next roll. Because I don't have a candle.
You said history.
Yes, I did. Oof. You don't remember. You know,
I don't think it is because I touched it and I was able to hold it.
But so yeah, the roll is for me to tell you an answer. If you can decide on what you think it is, and if that's right, you can go with it. But as it is, I
can see everyone's straining, and I have an idea, but I'm gonna need y'all to try and just scoot.
What does that mean?
Scoot.
Where is that blue circle where the orb is?
Yep.
If so, that's
the blue circle is the orb.
Where Nikolai's body is.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I don't want to kill Nikolai. This might kill Nikolai.
Just let me try to get to him.
But then if you're both stuck, then he's gonna be dead and then you're gonna be stuck.
Have a rope on me.
Mordahine goes around the door and holding the thing.
Okay.
You said you're gonna do something. Mordahine's like, okay, fine, I'm gonna go around the door.
He's planting his feet and getting ready.
Maybe this can work at the same time. In Kenna's mind, the rope's not gonna stop you from being exponentially heavier because of gravity, like dead weight. Like that's not gonna. If the person isn't strong enough to pull you, they're not gonna be able to pull you. And that's Kenna's head.
Sure.
And you're probably right.
Going to use. I'm gonna use my 2 inspiration points.
Okay.
To cast a 2nd level spell.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Gust of Wind to try and blow the orb outside.
You're right. This is a great idea, but it's also a terrible idea. Okay.
But with wind.
Let's see. A line of strong wind, 60 feet long, 10 feet wide, blasting you.
Wait.
Yep.
But because he's blowing wind, I'm assuming is it in line with Nikolai's body? In that case, is Nikolai now getting more oxygen?
Any creature in line must spend 2 feet with that.
Then I can continually cast it on concentration and just keep pressure.
Okay. So you're basically going to do a little bit of that action.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm gonna call out to Mordahine and tell him to get further away from the door.
You don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on.
I did yell scooch.
Oh, I mean fair.
Scooch.
I wouldn't have said scooch in character.
It's very dramatic.
I have an idea, but move if you can, and I launch my hand out and I cast Gust of Wind.
Okay.
And I'm trying to I'm aiming it even at the ground too.
Yeah.
Like just boom.
Yeah.
I'm trying to just shot put the orb outside.
Yep, you summon an inner resolve.
Like an air cannon.
Funnily enough, Nikolai is not actually in the path, but Gwen is.
She's standing, so it could roll by her feet and just out.
It could.
And just like slap me right on the ground.
Gwen, I need you to make a strength saving throw, though.
All right, here we go. Natural dice or real dice still? Natural dice.
Yeah, it's fine.
Natural 20. 17.
Okay. It will not knock you down, but you do feel this blast, this very powerful blast of wind strike you. If you wanted to move with it, you could elect to have it move you in anywhere in this direction 15 feet.
I'm gonna hold my ground.
Okay. Fun. All right. You hold your ground as this blast of wind comes, and the orb, Nikolai, begins to roll in front of you, hits you in the face, and then slowly rolls over your face. And then it just kind of promptly proceeds to go bloop, bloop, bloop. It's gonna pass by you, Gwen.
Okay.
Are you going to do anything to it?
Does anything happen?
No.
Is it gonna do anything to me?
I don't know. What are you going to do? Are you just going to let it roll by?
Yeah. Pardon me, Beryl. And just let it go.
Okay. Then it rolls by. And it's going to go out of the room. Hang on. Let me double check numbers.
Can I do one thing?
You can ask, sure.
Can I call to Mordahine? Get clear of the door.
That's real funny because you say that, and Motorheim, you see, you feel the building pressure suddenly getting like heavier and heavier, as Gwen's like, "Get clear of the door," and it's like suddenly you have like 10 backpacks on you, because it is going to come to a stop there.
What's it like in the room?
And you just hear plink, 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 plink as it's going over the tiles. You know, and it's a small little orb. With
the other thing is,
it's actually going to keep carrying a little.
Is as it's rolling and I feel pressure build off of me, I'm going to follow and keep blowing it.
Okay.
I'm trying to get it.
Can I try backing away?
Yes, you can back away. With Gwen's heads up, you're smart, and the building pressure, meaning you think it's probably coming in your direction, you can move. What corner do you want to push it into, Kenna? Given that by this juncture you can more or less control where you want it to go.
Basically trying to get it to the actual snow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure, we can do that.
Maybe that's
I'm trying to get me and it to the snow.
Sure. Meanwhile, Portia on a mission, looking.
Go, Portia, go.
Yeah, again, for the sake of brevity, as long as people don't get in your way, because it's obvious this little thing's just rolling about, leaping off little bounds of snow, plinking along as it catches a rock or a branch. You can just keep it going, and you can get it outside. This is a pretty simple matter, as long as no one decides to ruin anything.
Well, me and it, wherever it went.
It's outside now.
There we go. Okay. Yep. Me and it and I. How close could I get to it with it out here before feeling like it takes 3 times as much strength to step?
If you keep out of 4 squares of it, it's heavy but doable. But you do notice the longer that this thing exists in this sphere, it is getting heavier. You think you are on a timeline before this becomes like a big problem.
Okay. The bag, Nikolai, the bag.
Kenna comes running. The bag. To me.
I grab the bag, and I grab the bag and I throw it to Kenna, and I'm gonna do like a once over on Nikolai to see like what kind of damage the damn thing did to him.
Well, when you're looking Nikolai over, he's got blood out of his nose, blood out of the corner of his eyes, and the blood out of his ears.
Yeah. Can you hear me? And I'm just gonna sort of... I'm essentially doing, like, medicine stuff, so I'm just trying to, like, you know...
Nikolai, to give you a frame of reference, it felt like someone parked, like, an F-350 on top of you.
Oh, no.
And I mean, like, the weight of it on top of you, not just over top of you.
You throw the bag though?
Yeah, I throw the bag at you.
I just try to catch the bag. Okay.
You catch the bag.
Yeet.
Yeah, you guys are more than competent average people. You can throw bags and catch bags, no problem.
We can?
Yeah, I know, it's weird.
Barely.
2 of us almost died today.
Actually, this torch...
I take 1 step.
This torch goes out.
I take 1 step.
Okay. Strength saving throw.
Yep.
You can do it at advantage, though, due to your powerful build.
Strength saving throw. A little better.
You take the step forward, and you find yourself stuck in place.
I tried to gust of wind myself.
Forward?
Like a jetpack.
Yeah, you're gonna like Iron Man, just like hands behind you? Okay.
Was Portia trying to find me?
Yeah, she's not having too great of luck. I rolled another survival check. It was only a 10.
Portia's big day in the woods.
Kenna, you can make another strength saving throw at advantage again. The gust of wind will allow it to occur again.
At least it's not a nat 1.
Yeah, you guys are killing me though, but yeah. No, you find yourself stuck in place even with the help of the spell. It's just its force is getting greater and greater.
Am I out of view of everybody else?
More or less. I don't know what Mortarhein's up to.
I'm basically
Oh fuck! I'm
packing
not
up,
out of view of Mortarheim.
No, I'm packing up the ropes.
There's no light out there. He can't see anything.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm basically just going to describe what I'm doing. I'm just packing up the 2 ropes. I took one near Nikolai, and as I lean in, I say, "Can people stop trying to kill themselves for like 5 minutes?" And I run back out towards Kenna.
Okay. Well,
try and
so yeah,
Sure.
well, you're packing. So you're packing up ropes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have again because combat's 6 seconds. If you've ever coiled rope, it takes a little. So we're gonna put you back here for now. Kenna, you have a small window.
Yep. I have. This is. I'm going to have to DM you this.
Sure. While you're typing.
But I need to know: is he going to be able to catch up to me?
It depends on how long and how many things you need to do. So like,
Okay.
just DM me.
I'm doing it. I'm gonna do it. Okay.
Meanwhile, Portia, who's carefully checking out the perimeter of the fort, finally tracks in on Edelweiss. Just kind of pats around the corner, very pointedly looks at Edelweiss, kind of gives like one of those dog like half sneezes, and like nudges back in the direction where everyone else is.
Outside or?
Yeah. She's at the mouth of the entrance of the fort, while you're in the hallway that leads into the interior. Another snort that seems a little bit impatient. And then Portia is going to turn and leave.
Yeah, I'll dash once I can grab my token. I don't know if I can grab my token. Please just dash me through.
Yeah. I'll get you there in a second. I am now waiting for input from the Kyle.
So yeah, back to whatever.
Damn it. I say that to myself, and I want to use that ability.
Okay. If anyone's wondering why Nikolai is so quiet, his internet died.
Oh, right.
Shit.
Okay. Oh, sorry, I clicked on the wrong.
Oh, I
thing.
do have a healer's kit.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello?
Welcome back.
Okay, the internet has connected for a second, even though it's still raining. Hi, what do you need?
Kenna's about to do a thing.
If you say yes, that works, then I'll just describe. But that's
You have an incredibly small window. Can you do it? Yes. Is it a guaranteed no one will stumble on you? No.
Uh-huh.
It is ultimately your call.
I mean, I'm gonna do it while trying to take a step closer. I'm gonna put 1 foot forward and do it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
We're doing it. All right. Run us through it. Give us that sweet role play.
All right, so God damn it. Kenna gets this outside in the snow. The cold not affecting her. I don't know if anyone else in the party, but just brazing it and standing there, from buckling. Basically just lowers her head, stares at the orb, and then will speak to herself. And what people would see, I don't know if you want me to say that out loud or if I have to, but I could describe exactly what they would see without seeing it.
Yep.
Is what y'all would see from inside, because I don't think there's a roof on this fort at all. There may be part.
There is a roof on the interior parts. So like all the places you guys have been wandering in here. This area does not.
So Mordheim would see part of this, and the others would hear it. Is a swirling funnel of fire shoot up from the ground. Mordheim, and it's tall enough that you see it over the wall. And it blazes up from the ground up towards the sky, about 5 feet over the wall or so. And then it just shoots back down and erupts. Everyone else would hear the swirling sound of a fire because it's very loud. And a big bright flash of light. And it stays that way for about 15 seconds, 20 seconds.
I mean, with the shock of having that happening, Mordheim will drop where he does and run towards it.
Gwen, what's Nikolai's reaction to it?
Nikolai is not feeling great.
He's in a good state.
Yeah. Speaking of which, how is he feeling?
Yeah. So I described it earlier. I didn't realize you dropped out. It feels like someone has parked an F-350 on top of you.
So not
and again, not like over top of you, like on top of you. If they remove the wheels and just lower the entire vehicle onto your body, that's what it feels like. Yeah. Like if someone piled boulders on top of you until there was no more sign of your existence, just boulders.
No Nikolai, only Boulder now.
Only Boulder now.
Yes, you felt like you've been crushed nearly to death. You sense that coming. I mentioned earlier you were bleeding from your eyes, ears, and nose. And you probably taste quite a bit of blood in your mouth as well.
And I don't know what Edelweiss is either. So
I'm just staying with
they
him.
may have seen some of that and heard that, but if Mordheim rushes over, he would have heard what you would have heard is her just go, "Save us now," and that's what follows what you see over that wall. And then, does it work, Dyer?
This is a big one. Again, my favorite roll to determine crazy things like this. Roll me a D100. The DC is generous. That's a great number.
It's a very good number.
Holy shit, guys!
Holy shit balls!
Yeah, you basically let out this prayer with this funnel of fire that's been summoned in the air, and none of you see this. Only Kenna, as once the spear has been out of the bag, it is quite obvious it is out of the bag. Everything seems heavier. Every movement requires more weight. Even with Gwen and Nikolai back on the room, you guys can still feel its presence, even though it's not weighing on you as much. Mordheim, as you are moving towards this sudden flash of light, it gets more and more difficult for you to actively run there, and you suddenly feel like you're having to lift your legs to continue advancing. And then there is a moment where, like a rubber band snapping, the gravity of both the situation and in the physical presence of it vanish. The chill, and you didn't think it was possible, the air seems to get warmer as the chill recedes from the presence of the spear. And Kenna, lying before you in the snow, with a trail of nothing but burnt ash down to the dirt, is the satchel sitting before you in the snow.
I just kind of like fall to my knees with it in there. I don't even go to it. I just kind of fall down and just I'm resting.
Edelweiss, you were on approach when you more or less saw this big blinding source of light, and then everything sort of snap. Light gone, pressure gone, cold gone.
I didn't even think I felt the cold. Unless you mean the actual cold.
The cold never bothered them anyway.
I mean, yeah, it was cold. The sort of reverberation of the gravity you would have started to notice whenever Kenna started making her maneuver.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
you would have felt very heavy. You ever tried moving in a swimming pool?
Would it have felt unnaturally cold?
Unnaturally, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna. Can I make? Is it the bad cold? I want to check on that.
All cold is bad cold? Any amount of excessive cold is bad cold?
Never mind then.
I'm mostly saying because I'm not following the type of cold.
He's saying that you were more or less heavy because of gravity, not cold. The cold wasn't making you heavy, it was like physical gravity.
Don't worry about it. I'm tired right now. Continue.
Otherwise, yeah, I'm just gonna sit. I'm just gonna sit here in the snow.
Having felt like the weight lifted, Mordheim will sort of semi-rush over towards Kenna and sort of pat her on the back with the rifle in hand and just say, "Is everything all right? Is everything done?"
It's okay for now. That thing is in the bag again.
Right, well, I trust you with that bag because you're the one that hasn't decided to kill themselves. I'll go check on the others just to see if they're okay. Do you need anything else?
I'm just gonna sit here for a second. Thank you, though.
No problem. Just shout to me if you need me. And as he leaves, he'll shout, "Porsche!" Yeah.
Yeah. Portia comes trotting up. Edelweiss not too far behind.
And the thing is, though, is that Mordheim will sort of look at Porsche and go, "What took you so long?"
What happened?
If a dog could talk.
Well, come on, it's okay.
Well,
don't worry, Edelweiss. We've handled it. Something bad happened, and then.
That doesn't answer my question, but.
He walks off.
Nikolai took the orb out of the bag, and
someone's cooperative.
Dyer, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
From what I experienced of trying to wade through all that, and looking at Nikolai, can I try to suss out like the extent of the wounds that he suffered?
You can make a medicine check.
Oakley.
Good old medicine check.
A boop.
By the way, Nikolai just curls in on himself when he realizes that he can sort of move. He just sort of like.
Yeah,
Gwen,
Gwen, you thought you were in bad shape. Well. Nikolai is in worse shape. He has signs of frostburn. He has signs of fractured and broken bones, small breaks and fractures all over. And he has numerous spreading bruises all over his body.
Not good. Internal bleeding that needs immediate attention? Question mark?
Hard to tell. You think he's probably gonna live as long as he doesn't do anything stupid again.
He's
just gonna hurt for a while.
Yeah. There's a fire here?
Yeah. No, the fire is out.
There's a fire in the other room, though.
Yeah. I'm going to take my tinderbox and start up the fire again and get a bedroll and roll it out and make sure, like, get him comfortable on top of it and just say, "You should be fine. You're gonna have to let me splint some of those breaks a bit, those that I can. But that frostbite's gonna be your biggest issue right now." She goes and gets snow from outside. Is there like any sort of pot or pan or bowl or anything that's just sort of arrayed around in the room?
Actually, it's funny you ask that. In the corner where Nikolai emptied out your entire satchels where the contents, yes, there are a couple of cooking pots.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I am going to go get one of those and put the snow in it and then, like, spin it over the fire. And my plan is, dealing with frostbite, soak the afflicted area in tepid water, trying to get it back to body temperature, without shocking it by putting it in hot water. Yep. So
doable.
Yeah, so I'm just going to be working on him. And then as she's doing that, she's just like, "Man, I really know how to pick him, don't I?"
Okay. You begin tending to a abused Nikolai.
Not a one of us has gone unmolested.
That's not true.
Several of us have.
Plenty of you have. I'm sure it couldn't possibly get any worse.
We've only got 9 minutes left, Ira. Do you want to kill anybody else?
I'm not killing anyone. You guys are doing it to yourselves. Don't you put that witchcraft on me.
Too late, it's already there.
But can I otherwise? Well, Nikolai took the orb out of the bag, it seems. And it didn't go well, it seems. And now it's taken care of, I hope.
Until we were all around.
Well, to be honest, I'm glad he didn't, because if he did, we'd probably all be in a world of hurt like he is. Truthfully.
I do not know how much it could help, honestly, at this point. I think I'll just continue what I was doing. Perhaps closer.
We'll probably just hold on to this bag until Krista gets back.
Fair enough. I believe it's dangerous. That's why, well, we were involved with it in the first place. I'll just still violin in hand, just kind of lean to the corner and just continue playing.
Okay.
Kenna in the bag will sit out here on a snowy rock. Just flop. She's just trying to get till dawn. That's I'm just trying to get.
God, it still isn't dawn yet.
Just trying to get through one fucking day.
The sun is not risen yet. I'll even be generous.
Endless winter night.
And tell you it's 5:30. You have another 3 hours until the sun rises.
Started session with 7 hours of dark vision, and I'm down to 5 hours of dark vision. Just don't cast the spell last session.
Surviving until dawn. That's a mood right now.
It's funny. I think they made a game about that.
Where's the Wendigo? Yeah, where's the Wendigos? Where are they, Dyer?
It's like Five Nights at Freddy's, but it's in a bloody unassuming fort.
No threats in it.
Yeah, it's funny you should mention all of that.
We thought this was a classic D&D campaign. Actually, it's a survival horror game.
While everyone's sort of just tending to everything that has occurred, with Edelweiss and Kenna outside, both of you notice, but well before they get within vision, you see the sight of glowing torchlight off in the distance in the woods.
God bless.
Someone approaching.
Motherfucker. Not like I haven't ran through every single resource I've got until next morning.
Ditto.
How many torchlights, Dyer? Can I count?
You see one.
One?
One.
Hopefully it's the one person we're waiting for. Oh no.
Sorry, who are you waiting for?
One person.
Well, it's sure as heck not Krista. Yeah, she had to ride. Yeah, she had to ride back to the capital of the duchy first, and then come all the way back.
Great news. So I'm gonna walk out into the snow a little bit.
Yeah, she's gone. She's gone for like a week at least.
Oh my god. I'm stashing that fucking bag behind this big ass rock, unassumingly under the snow. It's gonna sit there.
Sure.
And I'm gonna look at Edelweiss. I'm gonna point my hand out into the darkness and put my hand to my mouth as like I'm gonna be quiet, and I'm going to try and sneak with no torchlight because I still have dark vision to the tree and like get down low and stalk that lantern user.
All right.
And I'll keep my eye out as well.
As per usual, hit me with that stealth check. I'll even give it to you at advantage because it's so damn dark still. Nice.
Fantastic.
All right, great.
Just
you
kill me
guys
now.
are unbelievable.
Kill me now.
All right, Kenna, you perch up behind the stump of this tree with
just like
Edelweiss
prone,
back in the distance. Yeah, you're just
on my stomach.
Yeah, in the snow. It's chill. Walking up to the edge of this clearing here, you begin to see the shape of a human. Average-looking sort of build, wearing a cloak, fur-lined collar cloak that with the hood propped up. They have a bit of a large pack. You can see a sword dangling from their belt. They're sort of they get within about 60 feet or so, and you can tell they just sort of hold the torch up quite high, and they're sort of looking around, taking an appraisal of the sights, and then they walk up a little bit closer to try to get a better view. Is when you kind of get the first signs of this individual.
Like shimmy this way a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep hidden as well. Not sure if that counts or something.
Stealth check. Being hidden means rolling stealth.
Yeah, I thought I mentioned that earlier. Just making sure.
Oh, yeah,
Hey, don't get a nat 1, please.
You mean like
It's
everything else?
I'm not sure.
Nat 20, nat 20,
Yeah.
nat 20.
For real. God.
Gotta happen sometime.
How many natural ones have we rolled?
All right, that's pretty good.
Nice.
Okay.
A lot.
Stealth proficiency, boys.
Yeah.
It's just not
look
gonna
at that.
help when he walks up and sees a scorched ground at the doorway.
Yeah. He gets to about this point, holding the torch high, kind of surveying the area. It doesn't take him long that he walks up, sort of looking at things, that he quickly notices footprints in the snow. And his eyes immediately sort of shoot up and look towards the right side of the fortress, where the wall is down, where clearly the footprints travel to. Hello, is anyone here?
Durian?
No.
I had to ask, I'm sorry.
Of course. I've stumbled out of a portal into this world. What's happening?
Does he look threatening?
We can do with that knowledge right now.
Make an insight check.
Okay, I can do that.
He's
Can I
gonna,
though?
can do a little bit of walking.
Maybe, kinda, only a little.
Again, he's carrying a large pack. He looks like it definitely looks like someone who has not like gathered enough supplies to come in this direction. Looks like someone who is a constant wanderer or traveler. They have a sword on their belt, which has an interesting shape to it. It looks, according at a glance at the sheath, it looks like it's curved on one side and flat on the other. It looks almost elven. They wear relatively dark clothes. Their skin, likewise, is a bit on the paler side. They carry themselves with a certain amount of self-assurance. At a glance, most humans don't look super intimidating to you because you dwarf them all. But he looks like he can handle himself.
I'm just trying to like slowly like shift as he goes around the tree. Like
Okay.
just prone, kind of stalking, just
Yep.
shift.
Yeah, well, he said you kind of notice as he's moving about, he's following the trail of footprints that your party left earlier. So he's just sort of like creeping along, just sort of like looking up and down, kind of looking up at the battlements. Just, holding aloft this torch, which, let me give the man some actual torchlight. There we go. And just following these prints that the party members sort of used earlier when you guys first arrived. And he just keeps, hello, is anyone here? Anyone? Sorry, I have no idea. I'm still working on the accent because I haven't done it in forever.
I'm gonna just... I know he's probably gone full fetal position, but I am going to sort of like talk down to Nikolai and just be like, there's somebody who's joined the party. We might have trouble.
You would. It's almost inaudible, and borderline mumbling, and you really can't understand what he's saying, but he is talking, like just mumbling something.
I am leaning in. I'm leaning in a little bit closer. My hearing's a bit more sensitive.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah.
Is anyone? Hail, friend. I heard a noise a great distance away. There was a light. I thought I would come and investigate it and make sure everyone here was fine.
Sketch, sus, imposter.
Imposter.
Sorry, I'm sorry, Dyer. I'm sorry, I had to.
No, it's fine.
We
New
seem
guy
to
sus
have,
as hell.
we seem to have it all under control. Some of my just newly met friends seem to have a very weird way of trying to stay alive. Put it that way.
Just for a point of order, this is where the scorch mark is. Just so y'all
Also-
know.
Which loud noise did he hear?
$1 million question.
And which flash of light?
I mean,
There's
I-
only
uh,
there's only
see-
one there's only one source of light that someone from the exterior of the fortress could have seen. So
he'll
Maybe he was
gesture.
crying.
Mordheim will gesture to go inside and say, "By all means, we're literally just here to try and rest up. But it seems like some of my, like I said, newly met friends are not very well equipped in trying to keep to themselves."
I've been traveling for some time. I could use a place to weather the storm that's coming. If you have space for me, I would accept it.
Absolutely, we're not threatening in any sort of way. Even though I am holding this, but don't worry, we're here just again to try and take shelter and get some rest. So please come in. My name is Mordheim. What is yours?
It's a pleasure to meet you, Modhain. My name is Vasily.
Ah, nice to meet you, Vasily. Please come in. We'll boil some water, make some food, and get some sleep.
Yeah, he'll come up and he'll offer a hand.
You've come alone?
He'll,
So far out. Quite dangerous.
What does Edelweiss look like in your disguise?
Okay, they are going to also, they're still gonna look like Forbana. Definitely, I think, redder skin. Maybe a little more gaunt, and I guess physically looking more masculine, quote unquote. Horns a bit larger. And of human origin instead of elven.
Okay.
They're not gonna edit themselves so much, but like just to like look different.
They will come up and shake your hand, Modhain. Very strong, firm handshake. And when you actually get close to him, make me an insight check.
Inside check. You know what? I don't really care where I roll, to be honest.
I know, but I want to see what I can give you. Okay. You don't know why, but just seeing the way that he carries himself, the handshake, you sense, and it doesn't immediately win your trust, but there is something about the two of you that you feel a strange sense of kinship. Once you spend a little bit more time with him, observing him, I can give you more.
Okay. Mordheim will put that to his back of his head and go, "Come, stranger, let's go and get in from the cold."
Thank you, friend.
Stomp, 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 stomp.
Oh, don't worry about her. She was just in the
Slow turn in regard. I'm assuming you're with them, Vasily. It's a pleasure, Giantess, and he offers a hand to you.
I am. Kinda. And I shake his hand.
Right. Strong handshake.
After you.
He nods. He throw his hood down and begin walking in. I've been traveling for quite some time down from the north. The weather was getting inhospitable. I'm very fortunate to have found a place like this. Sleeping in my tent the last few days has been difficult. He's just gonna just slowly start trudging in.
Yeah, no
Not a
worries.
track.
Come on, Ed. Come on. Sorry. What is your name, Forbana?
Huh?
I don't know. I do not know your name. I don't really know anyone's name apart from Krista and Nikolai. I don't really know anyone's names to be honest.
Edelweiss. Just kind of make a little bow.
So, does...
Vice, nice to meet you. Let us go inside.
Indeed.
Are you coming, Kenna?
Stay out here for a little longer. I like it out here.
Yeah,
I
and
think I'll stay out here as well, actually.
no problem. I'll see you when I get back inside.
Does new guy just roll up?
Yeah. This pale-skinned gentleman sort of comes in, rubbing his gloved hands together. Again, fur cloak, hooded cloak down. Got long black hair, very strong jawline. Very unshaven. It looks like he shaves occasionally, but right now it's getting a bit thicker, probably to help accommodate for the weather. He just sort of comes in, stands off to the side, sees the two of you.
And who are you?
My name is Vasily. I've been traveling in the mountains. I saw something alight the sky, and I came to investigate when I found you and your friends here.
Sight check.
Go for it.
Boop. 14.
He seems quite honest. Seems like he was traveling, saw something in the sky, came to investigate, and found this fort here, and you people in it. There's nothing about his posture or the way that he talks that would tell you that he is deceiving you.
Must have been close by then. Well, you found as good a place as any to stop for the night.
Yeah, I'm glad. The weather has been getting worse. And admittedly, the cold is, while it used to be a comfort once upon a time, it is no longer such.
Just nods.
And he'll just sort of come in, set a pack in the chair, begin like undoing all of his cold weather gear.
Just an interesting question. With the orb being where it was, has it caused any sort of like
Stone
cracks?
cracking?
Yeah, like has it damaged the interior of this room?
To someone who knows what just happened, you can follow along the stone tiles where cracks in them have increased, along with following the obvious path where Kenna gusted it out, where a lot of the snow and the debris has been packed down or reduced to splinters.
Yeah.
So yeah, if someone's looking for it, there are obvious signs of something weird that just happened here.
Yeah, but to him it just looks like rubble.
As far as he's concerned, yeah, the fort's in disrepair. There's no reason to think anything else is weird.
So Mordorine, after being like literally awake for ages and having no rest since the first game, is literally going to start bedding down. He's like, "That's it. I've had enough for today. I need sleep. Me and Posh, we're going to rest in this corner, do whatever. I'm off to sleep." And he'll pack up his rifle, start cleaning it, going through all that, and then he'll lay the bed out and start going to sleep with Posh in between his legs. That's my done.
Before you head off, keep an eye on him for just a second while I go get my bedroll out of the snow.
It's a weird place to keep your bedroll.
I didn't put it there. And,
Nikolai threw it at you before causing another cataclysmic event.
Exactly. So I'm gonna go get my bedroll and put it up next to the wall, but I'm gonna stick by Nikolai.
Okay.
And at this point, I would have tried to splint. Like, are his fingers broken? Like, is in the healer's kit there are splints, bandages, and salves. So anything that I could possibly try to fix with that until I get my spells back, I'm gonna try.
Yeah. It's mostly for better or worse. The most of the damage was definitely done to the rib cage. He has small little fractures elsewhere. So it's just one of those. As long as he takes it easy for a little while, he'll be fine. Yes, you can aid in some of the healing by splinting certain things.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, music?
Can I walk?
Yes, it hurts. Your whole body's one big bruise right now. Your new strange arrival quickly undoes most of his traveling gear, sort of sets them out. He takes his coat and some of his some of the other equipment, sort of lays it out near the fire for it to dry, and then you see him sort of dutifully work through his pack. Once he's out of his cold weather gear, you see that he is in fact wearing a suit of half plate underneath. He has a dagger, a short sword, and a long sword for an accompaniment. And looking upon him a little further, everything looks like it was once all very fine, but through just usage and wear has suffered quite a bit. But he'll sort of take time, eventually unbuckle all the armor, set it out on a corner of the table so he's not taking up too much space. Then we'll just sort of unfurl a bedroll and like perch up just in the corner near the table here. He'll pull out a small book and begin reading.
Does he have any identifying marks, like a badge or, insignia on his armor or something like that?
Make a perception check.
What does he smell like?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said, what does he smell like?
That's a good question. He smells like sweat and dirt and rime. Like a man that has traveled. However, I want you to make a perception check for me too, Gwen.
Okay. It's a sniffo check for an 18.
Okay. That's still your passive score. Both you and Nikolai notice something unusual. Two different things. Gwen, you sort of, again, he's in the air, you're paying attention to Nikolai, but you have a very keen sense of smell. You're sort of sniffing the air. It bothered you initially when he came in because you couldn't pinpoint it, and you still have a hard time nailing it down as to why, but there's a scent about him that's very familiar. And it sort of sends a prickle up the back of your neck. That scent speaks to a different part of you. I will let you determine what that means to you. Nikolai, as you sort of watch him spend this time undoing the armor and setting it aside, and doing what reasonable care he can for the equipment, you actually noticed that there is, on the breastplate he wears, an area where there is an insignia that has suffered quite a bit. From your position and through your bit of trauma, it's difficult to make out a great amount of detail about it, but you do see what looks like the crest of a raven of some kind, and the remnants of a heraldry. So it's a raven. It looks like maybe a shield and a castle overlaying each other.
Does that mean anything to me? As in, like, have I seen it before, heard of it before?
You can make a history check.
History.
Yeah. Hey,
Oh, heck.
History checks, man.
How into recent events is Nikolai?
I'd say he is constantly keeping like an eye on everything. Like
Okay.
Because it's his nature. Yeah.
In which case, Nikolai, this would have been very hard for you to miss because it was one of the most recent, unheard of phenomenons that has occurred recently in the world, like almost in the history. About a little over a month ago, a whole new island country appeared to the southeast of Belwind. Where there was once open ocean, there is now an entire country that has appeared. And people with great interest have gone to investigate it. The Coplar Armada, one of the Protected Dragon's armies, went to go investigate and provide aid to those that might need it. And you learned of what used to be one of the reigning families that existed there. They carried with them a heraldry that used a raven over top of a castle. You don't know the family's name because the name has not been spoken. It's almost like taboo. So you never heard it, but you did hear of the name of the castle, which was called Ravenloft.
Okay.
And I feel like that's a good enough bullet point to call this an end to.
Gwen stays up for a while until Kenna and Idolize come back. She's gonna propose a watch at that point. She doesn't take her eyes off of the new guy.
Sure. Does that mean you're not going to let the new guy volunteer for a watch shift?
Not alone.
Not alone!
All right. Well, he does, and offers to take one of the first shifts because he is extremely tired and does want to sleep sooner rather than later.
He can sit outside with me. I'll take first shift.
Okay.
I would actually cut in front of that and be like, you need to rest. I want to sit out here in the cold a little bit longer.
I do believe you should rest more and come back when the sun is up and the temperature is not as frigid.
Yeah. For the record, you guys aren't taking a long rest. I hope you guys realize that.
No. Yeah, that's fine. We're just like resting.
Yeah, because you guys don't have it hasn't even been close to 24 hours since you guys took your last long rest.
But boy, has it felt like it.
It really has.
But it's dark out, and people are trying to get some sleep, and so...
Well, yeah, like I said, the guy is... You don't know when he went to sleep last, so he's trying to get sleep. And you don't know about Mordahein's situation, given that he wasn't with you the whole time.
I feel like Mordaheim is just going to sleep just out of spite.
Yeah, you also did travel through the night, so you're tired.
Otherwise being, do not stay up any longer. Go sit down and rest.
Okay. We will figure out what you guys are doing next week.
So far away.
Session.
Yay, we're finished.
Yay.
And we're done.
Weird.